Welcome everyone to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 19. Things are going really well for us at the moment, and our next fixture, we are here at the King Power Stadium to take on Leicester City, who are currently bottom of the table. For Manchester United then, this is the team. Well, hardly any changes made. We are unfortunately still without Harry Maguire, who misses out on his return to the King Power today. But we do have Tielemans and Pogba, who are working fantastically together in midfield, with Lingard, Rashford and Anthony Martial going forwards. Diabate put under some pressure here, tried to clear. It's not the best of clearances, and it's Jesse Lingard looking to make it 1-0 there. A lot to think about for Claude Puel at the moment. His team need to do a lot of work to survive in the Premier League. Corner delivered. Johnny Evans, former Manchester United defender, almost put Leicester City in front here. Just over 10 minutes gone. Very unfortunate for him. Another good attacking display here from Leicester City. They're pressing and looking for that first goal. Here is James. And here is Diabate. And he's denied by David De Gea. United all over the place. Tielemans now trying to calm things down for Manchester United. Here is Tielemans. Drags the ball across. Tielemans on his left side. And his effort just goes whistling over. Martial. Space for Pogba now. Pogba on the outside of his right foot. Kind of a tight angle. Tried to swerve the ball. Trying to beat the keeper at his near post. It's not going to happen today. Here's Luke Shaw. Thought about crossing the ball in. But has the option of Yuri Tielemans. And again, another effort goes well over. Oh, it's all Manchester United at the moment. Victor Lindelof. And it's Paul Pogba. First time! It's 1-0. There is the breakthrough that Manchester United have been looking for. It's been a very even game. Very tight. But finally, Paul Pogba, who took the captain's armband today, gets a captain's goal. Comfortable as you like. Let's see what Leicester City are made of then. Just 6 minutes to go here as they come forwards. Thomas with a good ball into the box. And Lulic! Oh, wow. Pick that one out. It's 1-1. Leicester City right back in this game with 5 minutes to go. And that is some finish. Struck it first time on the inside of his right foot. David De Gea well and truly beaten. The ball just kept on rising. And he had a bit of help with the crossbar on the way in. It's 1-1 then here at the King Power Stadium. It was top versus bottom today. You wouldn't have thought so, as it's finished Leicester City 1, Manchester United 1. Leicester will of course be the happier of the two sides walking away from the King Power Stadium today. This result could also prove to be a platform for them to push on and climb out of that relegation zone. Whereas for Manchester United, not good enough. Especially as Premier League champions, who needed to be winning this game today. Well, November for Manchester United was like a breath of fresh air. It was fantastic for some individual performances. We also got some decent results to boot too. So we have 4 players nominated for the Player of the Month awards. Lindelof, Tielemans, Lingard and Pogba. Who gets it? Well, we're going to find out very soon. After being held to a 1-1 draw at the King Power Stadium against Leicester City, we're still top of the Premier League, but Liverpool have now closed the gap to just 2. Our next Premier League game is at Old Trafford against Crystal Palace, who currently sit in 3rd. Again, they're just 2 points behind us, so we need to be turning up in that game. We should do. Our home form this season has been pretty untouchable. We've only lost 2 games so far. And with us having some Carabao Cup action in the week, it allows me to rest some key players ahead of that game against Crystal Palace. And as you can see, that win for Liverpool at Stamford Bridge has shot them right up to 2nd. Here we go then. I'm loving these fixtures at the moment. Manchester United against Watford in the Carabao Cup. It does allow us to rotate the team quite heavily. Ramiro starts once again. I don't think, has he conceded a goal in the Carabao Cup so far this season? He's been brilliant in between the posts for Manchester United. Going forwards, we've got Gomez, Kramaric and Juan Mata in the team. Well, Navarro going to take this throw. We did play Watford not so long ago at Vicarage Road and it finished 5-0. Would be nice to pick up a very similar result here today. That's a poor touch from Kramaric, cleverly now, and his first time onto Gray. Great pass in, Ramiro off his line, and he will not be beaten. It's still 0-0. If we didn't have David De Gea in the team, for me, he's got to be a first team starter, Sergio Ramiro. He's brilliant. Here is Deulofeu, who didn't start against us in that Premier League game. Decore, Tuanzebe getting stuck in the action here, and Gray gets his shot away, and it's over. Lindelof. Here is Tom Davis now. Did pick up that early yellow card. Here is Juan Mata. It's fallen for Juan Mata. He's one-on-one. Gives it to Kramaric, who makes it 1-0. Very unselfish of Juan Mata, who could have gone all the way and probably got a goal for himself. But instead, gives it to Kramaric, who's in need of a goal. I mean, the last time Kramaric scored was in the Champions League away to Galatasaray. Juan Mata doesn't really need the goal that much. So Manchester United, a goal to the good here against Watford, with a place in the semi-finals up for grabs. Here is Tom Davis. It's Mata. Brilliant stuff from Manchester United. Here is Fred. Moves the ball onto his left side, and it's saved by Gomez. Back in from Fosu Mensah. Here's Juan Mata now. Plenty of space, plenty of green to run into, and plenty of space for the Brazilian Fred, who makes it 2. And I think it's pretty much safe to say this game is now well and truly put to bed. 62 minutes in, there's been no threat whatsoever from Watford, whereas Manchester United have looked threatening. Gomez, how many goals has he conceded against Manchester United this season? 6, 7. Incredible stuff. Here is Fosu Mensah. It's McTominay. That's a really good ball into the box for Kramaric. Turns round and it's fallen for Fred. It's 3. And he's got his second goal of the game. He's been an absolute workhorse in midfield today for Manchester United. This has been his competition, hasn't it? And that goal has pretty much booked our place in the semi-finals. On we march into the Carabao Cup semi-final draw. All will be revealed who will be facing in those 2 games very soon. But we're just 2 games away from making it to Wembley for the first time in this series in a cup final. Certainly been a much stronger showing this season in this cup, especially compared to last year. It is indeed Paul Pogba that walks away with the November Player of the Month awards, and you know, it's fully deserved. It was difficult picking out of Lindelof, Tielemans and Lingard and Pogba, but I think I've got to agree with that. Pogba has been sensational. He's been brilliant in midfield. He's the one that's been pulling all the strings for Manchester United, and his partnership alongside Tielemans, well, it's been brilliant. They've just been simply untouchable. They're like a well-oiled machine, both of them, ticking over just nicely for Manchester United. And I don't want to speak too loudly, but I hope neither of them pick up a bad injury which sees them out for a few months. But Paul Pogba has been brilliant. His performances in the Champions League group stages so far, that game against Galatasaray at Old Trafford, that goal he scored, just world class. And it's performances like this that's going to see the likes of Matic and Carvalho out the team. Well, we're back at Old Trafford for some Premier League action. It's United against Palace. We need those 3 points today, and this is the team that I'm feeling pretty confident can get them. It's De Gea in goal, Bailly, Lindelof at the back, Dalot, Tielemans, Pogba and Shaw. You know who's playing up front. It's Lingard, Rashford and Anthony Martial. Rashford's performances have really kept Lukaku out the team. Here's Marcus Rashford. Through for Lingard in space, going to deliver a ball into the box. It's taken a deflection and fallen for Rashford, but it's straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Here is Wickham. Maya. Soloff. Maya strikes it, and what a vital block that was from Eric Bailly. He just stuck his foot out. That was going to be on target. That was probably going to fly into the top corner. But Bailly sticks his foot out and keeps it all square. But Palace do have a corner. Manchester United have got to defend this now. Townsend swings it in. It's fallen for Soloff. And it's 1-0. So very unfortunate. After Bailly put all of his effort into blocking that effort from Soloff before the corner. It's all gone out the window. It's 1-0. Crystal Palace What is Tielemans doing? Seeing as it had De Gea be at the near post, why didn't Tielemans just try and head that away off the line? What's he doing? Crystal Palace looking to alleviate some of this pressure here, but Paul Pogba continues on. Tielemans in space. That's something you can't allow him to have, as he's going to constantly be putting the keeper to work there. Here's Sirloff. Already has his name on the score sheet. Can't allow for it to happen again. Sirloff again. Here is Wickham. Eric Bailly does have a knock at the moment. And Zaha looking to double Palace's lead. Here is Martial. Space for Tielemans in midfield. Who can he pick out? He's going to find Pogba. And Pogba's going to find Rashford. No! How is that not 1-1? Sirloff had a real impact on this game. Been a real danger. Here is Meyer through the middle for Sirloff again. David De Gea on his toes there. Here is Luke Shaw. Marcus Rashford. Manchester United still trailing here. Still need that goal. Yuri Tielemans finds Pogba. Paul Pogba strikes it. And Rashford has just about worked his way through. The ball was jostling all over the place. From Rashford to defender. And finally, it ended up with Rashford slotting it into the bottom corner. Making it 1-1 here at Old Trafford. Meyer still on the ball. Been a real creative issue for Manchester United today. Wickham. Sirloff. That's going to find its way through. But Dalot looking lively. There is Andre Kramaric then. As he comes forwards. Lost all momentum. As he's had to go back to find De Ligt. Here is Tielemans. Space opening up on the right. Tielemans finds Dalot. Dalot in for Jesse Lingard. It's 2-1. 5 minutes to play here at Old Trafford. And Lingard, I think, has just wrapped things up here. Wrapped those 3 points up. It's a big win. Seeing as Palace were only 2 points behind us heading into this game. Another solid header from Jesse Lingard. Corner to defend here for Manchester United. Meyer swings it in. It's inviting. Poor header away. Pogba with his body in the way. And Saar almost got the equaliser. Well, we got very fortunate towards the end there. Palace just kept on coming. Kept on pressing for that equaliser. And they almost had it through Saar, through that set piece. Through that corner. But it has, thankfully, ended 2-1 to Manchester United. As we walk away with another 3 points. With goals coming from Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard. Wasn't the best of games. Wasn't the prettiest. But it'll do. So Eric Bailly picked up a bruised shoulder in our last game against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. He's going to be out for 5 days, which means he misses our next game in the Champions League, the final group stage game against PSG. That win against Palace then keeps us top of the table and gives us a 5-point advantage. And how about Man City? Well, ever since they beat us in the Manchester derby, they've really turned their season around. They are second now, level on points with both Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Spurs, they seem to be getting themselves back in the race. They're only, 6-7 points behind us. Certainly heating up heading in to the second half of the season. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.